Hi world, it's the 8th of October 2015, it's about 10:30 in the morning, and we're approaching the end of Mercury retrograde. So before I get to that, let's just summarise one or two other things. We've got Jupiter trine Pluto in the sky, nice for business and for a few people, especially incidentally that generation born in 1963-64, there's a lot of larger than life, over the top situations where it's very easy to overstretch, overindulge, as well as undercut and undermine. And a number of that generation born in the early mid-60s are likely to find themselves in quite, not an extremist position, but they're going to find it hard to hold the middle ground over the coming week or two. But that's unique to that generation. Mars opposite Neptune, that's kicking as well. It's really strong as we speak. Saw a lovely lineup this morning of the Moon, Venus, Mars and Jupiter in the sky. That's because I was up early, around about 5 a.m. And that's the Moon's going to be absolutely spectacular tomorrow morning. For those of you who are up really early, like an hour or two before sunrise, you will see such a thin sliver of the Moon. And it'll just to its top right, you'll see Venus held in the cradle of the Moon, and to the bottom left, you'll see Jupiter bright and resplendent. And if you've got good eyes and you're in a clear light-free zone, you'll also see Mars just to the bottom left of the Moon as well. Hell of a lineup right now and in the next 24 hours. The Sun is just finishing its square to Pluto, and the Sun is on the same degree as Mercury went retrograde a couple of weeks ago. So back to the Mercury retrograde. Mercury moved into what I called its shadow period at the very end of August. And it stayed in the advanced shadow period until it went retrograde around about I think it was around the 17th, 18th, maybe the 16th of September. Once we were actually into the Mercury retrograde, I gave a sigh of relief, because the shadow period in preliminary to the actual retrograde was a lot harder than normal. And in my experience, if the shadow period is difficult, then the actual retrograde period itself should be easy. However, this one has not been easy. This last 2 or 3 weeks, a lot of people have been doing the headless chicken, going to extremes, letting things get out of proportion. And there's been a lot of meltdowns, as well as it's been either breakdown or breakthrough. Now Mercury is standing still. It's standing still sextiling Saturn in Sagittarius. So it does seem that in many ways common sense, which is anything but common, is beginning to come through in a few areas. And I would expect that over the coming 2 or 3 days, some decisions to start being made, but not yet leading to action. Mercury actually stops going retrograde in about 30 hours from now. I think it's 10 to 4 UK time tomorrow afternoon, Friday the 9th. That's where Mercury stops going retrograde. And I, for one, as well as a number of other people, I'm sure will breathe a big sigh of relief. But then Mercury will start moving forward, and it will still be in its shadow period until about the 20th of this month. So what I'm suggesting with this is that from tomorrow night onwards, from about 5 p.m. UK time tomorrow onwards, individuals who have been under a lot of stress and challenge in recent days and weeks will be able to start the process of assimilating, gathering of information, and putting all their thoughts and feelings and ideas and visions together. And I think that in the middle 10 days of October, during the period that Mercury is moving forward and recovering for the 3rd time its shadow period, a lot of the dreams, ideas, visions, and the stimulus of the last 6 weeks is going to change from dream and vision into blueprint, schedule, and plan. Plans can now start being made, or at least as of tomorrow. But I don't think that actions are really going to start taking place until about the 20th, 21st of this month. And only from that time onwards will we be able to start making cohesive, clear, definitive actions in a way that's going to yield favourable and positive results. So yes, we're coming to the end of Mercury retrograde. It's going to be new moon in a few days' time. And I suspect that this will bring a fresh start for a lot of us. But over the next 2 or 3 days, folks, I'm sorry to say this, but keep patient. I know there's a lot of people out there who just want to punch something or say or do something, but believe me, you will regret it if you're acting impulsively. Another 48 hours, you'll be able to start moving forward again. But in the short term, count to 10. Catch you later. Bye.